Rahman Rahim. This is chapter transformation. This is you can say one of those chapters which is newly added in our syllabus in June 2020. So in June 2020, since then, this topic newly added, okay, newly added in our syllabus. All right, in June 2020 afterwards, it is coming every year. Okay, every year it like one question of this topic comes. Okay, so and it will help you in your university level as well. So that is why this chapter is very important, and this depends upon mostly about the graph sketching. So because university level you must know the graph formations. So that is why you must know this topic, and this topic will help you a lot. So let's start. First of all, in our whole syllabus, we have three things. Number one, translation, sorry, translation. Number two, reflection. And number third and final is called enlargement. So enlargement, okay. So we have three things in our syllabus, maximum, okay, that's it. And inshallah, I believe you will understand one by one in one class only, and I will try to cover in all one class, including some practice and including some past papers, inshallah. Okay, so have a look here, how we can start here. First of all, if you look at carefully, he mentioned that translation of this I'm going to discuss now. Okay, special 1 point translation. All right, so have a look. What is method? What is method to do it? You can see that this is, let's say, a function f of x. Okay, it can be any. All right, so this is a function f of x. You can see clearly. All right. Okay, if there are two kinds of translations, one along x-axis motion, rightwards or leftwards, is called x-axis motion. Okay, and one is upwards or downwards, or it's called vertical motion. So we have two kinds of motions, x-axis and y-axis. So let's start. First of all, what is a basic criteria? If I need a vertical translation, vertical means upwards or downwards. If you want to shift your object upwards or downwards, so we will add that number, that number out of the brackets, like out of function. This function, out of function, just for example, if you want to shift 2 units up, 3 units upwards, so what I will do, f of x plus 3, plus 3. If I want to shift 4 units downwards, so I will write f of x minus 4. So I believe this point is very clear. So outside writing is called vertical translation. If plus, it means going upwards. If minus, it means it goes downwards. So this point is very, very clear, alhamdulillah. And now if so, first of all, let me explain the rules. So this rule I wrote, you can see here two rules I wrote. If I need a units upwards, I will write f of x plus a. If I write a downwards, I will write f of x minus a. So I think this point is very clear. If a particle vertically translation, this is done. Now let's talk about horizontal. This is a little different, little tricky, okay? And look at here. Basically, this minus sign is a fix. Okay, I repeat my words, this minus sign is a fix. Okay, if this minus sign is fixed here, this minus a means you're going left side, a unit left side, because negative right side. Look at one thing was very clear. If x positive, it means going rightwards. If x negative, going left side. If y positive, going upwards. If y negative is going downwards. So it's a very clear sense. So we can say that because, okay, this minus is fixed. Don't talk about this minus sign. Okay, this is always a part of the question. So if minus a comes, it means the particle will object will move left side a units. If plus a come, it means will move right side. Okay, let's start some explanation. For example, and very interesting part, this is vertical is outside adding, subtracting, and horizontal inside a bracket. Look at here, this inside a bracket of function. Okay, this is a very, very interesting. This is an important thing. So let's start one by one on the graphical tool. So first of all, I'm going to show you here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So this graphical tool, I will take it. And all of you get ready. This is a x to power 2. This is my first graph, a red color. You can see here, red color graph is x square. Let's talk about vertically translation, vertically ups and down, and let's discuss that. Let's say if I write here in this is a red color is my original graph, and now I'm writing another one, x square, but I'm writing -2 and -2. Then what happens that you can see here, this is you can see the diagram. So it is shifted 2 box downwards. Okay, I make it one more, x square, and I write here +3. You can see this. Okay, I think these 3 graphs enough to explanation. So let's start. I will explain you. Wait a minute, please. So this concept will help us a lot. Look at, we have 3 things. This is called original graph, original, okay, original. Okay, so let's start. So original is f of x is x to power 2. If this is another graph is f of x is equals to x to power 2 minus 2. Third graph is the blue color, okay? And the green color graph is I'm writing below, green color. Okay, have a look here, all my students. This is F red color graph is my original graph. So original graph is coming down, and look at it. This is a very clear original graph. You can see clearly. Okay, let me just elaborate. Okay, and let's talk about the green color. Sorry, blue color. Blue color is a -2, -2. And I just said that if I say +3, it means going upwards. If I say -2, it means going downwards. So look at here. This +3 green color graph, +3. So see, this is at a 0 and 1, 2, 3. So it means this graph, green color graph, jumped up vertically upwards 3 boxes, not one point. Every point, this point will shift here. Can I count? 1, 2, 3. Not even here. Let's count for this color, this point. 1, 2, 3. So it means every point of the red color, every point on the red color curve is original curve is shifting on upwards 3 box because I wrote +3. Let's talk about the blue curve. Blue is actually -2, and every unit on the red color will go 2 box downwards. And have a look here. So 1, 2, this point shifted here. For let's talk about one more point. For example, this point, 1, 2, it comes here. Okay, so it means every point on red color, it will go down 2 box. So it means very clear approach that when you understood from here that if I add something in function, it means it will go upward. If I subtract something function, it means it will go downwards. This point is very, very clear. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So let's talk about again back. So it means +a. If I write outside, it means the object will go units upwards. If I write -a outside a bracket, it means it will go a box like units downwards. So vertically part is over, I believe. Alhamdulillah. Let's talk about horizontal. Okay. Now I do some horizontally changes, but make sure this minus sign is a must. Okay. So let's start. Come on this question again. I have a red color graph already. Look, I show red color is original graph, x to power 2. Now I write a bracket open x minus, this minus is the formula, and I write here +2 and close bracket and power 2. You see, and one more graph I write here, bracket open x minus, this minus is a formula of minus, and then again minus, and I'm writing 3. Okay, or write even, I write even 4 even, no problem at all. 4 even, and close bracket and power 2. Okay, I think we discuss these 3 graphs first, then we'll discuss when we check what is going on in these all 3. Let's start. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's discuss one by one these 3 graphs. Inshallah, I believe you will understand. Inshallah, come back. First of all, this is called original graph. So red color is original graph. Okay, red original, you can see this original graph, red color here. Okay, it's standing at the vertex is at a 0. This is the turning point is at a 0 at a origin. Okay, and let's discuss about the next points. So all of you get ready. Is let's talk about the purple graph. So f of x is equals to what? X minus +2 whole square. You see, This power 2 remains same, my students. No change at all. This is a x will remain same as it is. Okay, students. And this minus is a formula minus, and this plus 2 comes. You see, if I erase this minus 2, this if I erase this, wait a minute. If I erase this, wait a minute. If I erase this plus 2, so it turns to be same. Okay, if I introduce here plus 2 here, what happens? Plus means what? Rightward 2 units more. So move. So purple color is going 2 box. Look at here. This is 0 and it is shifting how? How much? 1, 2. So I hope so all of you understanding. Not even this. Not even this. For example, this point. Let's discuss this point on a red color. 1, 2. It means this point shifted 2 box rightwards. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Even this point. Let's count. 1, 2. So this point also shifted 2 box rightwards. So what we understood from here, students, if plus comes plus 2, but make sure this minus is a fix. Now let's talk about one more graph, the last one. So I'm writing x minus and minus 4 power 2. This is 100%. This minus is a rule of the fixed rule, and this minus 4 mentions that the object will move left hand side 4 units. And check it, the black part, the original red curve is here, okay, and black curve is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 points. Not even this. Let's calculate this point on the red curve, this red point. So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means every point of the curve is moving along x. So it means very clear approach. If plus 2 comes, it will go right side 2 boxes. If left negative 4 comes, it means left negative 4 left side. But make sure this minus are fixed. So I hope so. I hope so you got a point. So now come to the point now. So if I say that f of x plus a, f x minus a, outside adding, subtracting values means upwards or downwards. But if in the bracket I mention, it means it is going right or left. Let's start one question. Inshallah, I believe you will understand this question. Let's start. F of x is this kind of question I have seen in exam papers. X to power 2 plus 2x. Examiner can ask you find out, look at combined transmission. For example, this 2, 3. For your knowledge, this is called translation 2, 3. Translation 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to do inshallah both. Inshallah, I believe you will understand. So let's start. So all of you give me full attention here and look at here. So first of all, this is a 2 and this 3. Understood 2 goes rightwards because for your knowledge, this is called what? X and Y. Top number always X axis and downward always Y. So this 2 means I'm going rightwards 2. This 3 positive means the object will go 3 unit upwards. So let's start. What to do change in this question? So this graph shifting according to the plan. This kind of question came in British Council as well, that after this translation, what you will do a change in this equation. So let's start. So first of all, I talk about this 2. And this 2 is very clear. You will write this everything as it is. You see, x minus x minus. I believe you got my point. X square I wrote same as it is. This plus 2 I wrote as it is. Okay. And this x I wrote as it is. And this x I wrote as it is. Power 2 as it is. Now, because it's going 2 rightwards, so I'm color change of pen, and right is positive 2. Right, I write plus 2 or write only 2, so no issue at all. So 2 and 2. And automatically what happens after this process, it will shift, the whole object will go rightward 2. But what about this 3? You know it very well. Outside, the vertically always outside. Always outside. Horizontal always in the bracket. So let's start. So I'm writing simply plus 3 outside. Let's apply, please. Let's expand the bracket, I mean to say. Expand it. When expand this bracket, student, all of you know first term square, negative 2 into first term into second term plus second term square. And what about this? 2 2s are 2 and 2x and 2 2s are 4 plus 3. Now simplify all these, please. So I get x to power 2 and 2 2s are 4x, and 2 square 4, and plus 2x minus 4 and plus 3. For your knowledge, this plus 4 and this minus 4 and plus 4 cancel out, and I get finally what? X to power 2, and this plus 2 and minus 4 give us negative 2x, and plus 3 come from here. Now I'm going to sketch both curve in my this blue box. This curve I'm going to sketch, and this curve I'm going to sketch. So get ready, please. And wait a minute. But let me take a okay. I'm going to sketch both. Okay, I'm going to sketch both, not sketch drawings. Okay, let's start. So I'm going to draw both these blue box curves in my graphical this calculator. So let's start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, x to power 2 uh, plus 2x. I believe you all of you understood well how I got this graph. Now I will make the other one. Repeat, come back to question. This I drew already now, students, and now I'm going to draw this one. And I know that this came after translation 2 and 3. So graph, if means if this is a graph, okay, it will shift this way, 2 right side and 3 upwards. Inshallah, you will see, you will get the same results. So get ready. I'm going to sketch now this one, drawing this one. So let's start. Yeah, x square. After that, negative 2x. And then I'm writing plus 3. Let's see now. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I believe you enjoying this topic till now. Is not a hard till now. Okay, I'm getting just showing you. Have a look. So translation topic is going to finish. Okay, with one example. Have a look. Where this point locates, here. Now check this point shifting here. Okay, so let's calculate. 1 2 2 rightwards, 1 2 3. So it means 2 rightwards and 3 upwards. I repeat my words. I hope so you got the point. So 2 box rightwards and 3 box upwards. So you can see that not even this, even for example, this point goes where? Check please. This point goes where? Let's count. 1 2 1 2 3. So this point shifting here. So it means 2 3. And I believe that all of you got the point very clear how we have done it. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, come back on our textbook. Okay, it means very clear approach. This question was question given by him. It came in exam papers even. And what a question he's asking us. He asking us that this is a function. Okay, so translate 2 and 3 and find out a new function. So find out new function. So this is a way to find out new function. And I believe that this point is very, very clear. And translation is okay. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, clear. So let's talk about one more question even, okay, and then inshallah we'll go for. I mean to say this translation is over, so I'm erasing it. And for your notes, if you take a picture of this, it is good for you. I'm writing top. Let me write first of all. Translation. So this is a topic of translation. You can take a screenshot of this as a notes. Whenever you want to revise it, just open these formulas. You will understand how translation is done. So let's go for the concept number 2. And that is here on the next page. And before, wait a minute, please. Yeah, I think let's start now. Number 2. So number 2 point, let's discuss about that. So topic number 2 we have here is a reflection. So let's start reflection. What is a reflection? So naturally is a very clear concept that, for example, this is, can you see this diagram? Okay, I show you. This is a blue curve. Blue curve is starting from here. This is a curve. Example I give you. If I want to reflect in x-axis, so how much it away above the x-axis, students, same it will go below x-axis. So this is called reflection in x-axis. Okay, very interesting part. Very interesting part. My question, what is this y value? Say plus 3, sir. Same, what is this y value here, sir? Minus 3. It means the value of the y positive converted to negative. Short story, that every value of the y will convert to negative value. Repeat. For example, here we have a 4 will convert down, become minus 4. So it means every x value, sorry, every y value, positive value will go back to negative value, and every negative value will go reflect in positive value. So I think this clear approach. And how to do it? So it means whenever you are reflecting an x-axis, so what is technique, students? Reflect in x-axis. What is a method? So whenever you have reflect in x-axis comes, what you will do, my students? You will simply multiply the whole equation, expression by minus 1. I repeat my words. If you don't believe me that what I am saying, so then I will show some demonstration, inshallah. You will understand, inshallah. So reflect in x-axis. So let's start how this reflect in x-axis. So let's see now. I'm going to give you some idea. So let's start. First of all, I take one small example. Okay, I think so. We'll let it go in a 2 here. Come back. So this is a equation I am showing you, and I believe this is a very standard equation, or I make it here just plus 1, I write it. So you can see that this is the graph is there, we have available. Okay, I make another equation, and that is what? Bracket start x square plus 1 bracket close. You see, there's overlap. A red color and green color overlap. But if I come out of the bracket and I put just minus sign, you see what happens? Oh, it reflected. It reflected. And I will show you some ideas even. Wait a minute, please. I show you the whole idea. Wait a minute. Okay, so have a look here. I think you can see now here. I'm going to show you the idea here. So let's start. You see, first of all, what a question is f of x. And if I multiply whole equation with a minus 1, what happens, students? It becomes f of x is equals to multiply whole equation with minus 1 will behave like this. And it will becomes minus x squared minus 1. Writing this way or writing this way, no issue at all. And let's see now what is a diagram comes. Okay, let's start. So first of all, red graph is our original graph. So this is 1 after reflection in x-axis, and this value will go in minus 1. Actually, you know, you're multiplying every value of x, so every value of the y with a minus 1. So for example, this is y value is 1, multiply into minus, you got a minus 1. This is value against 1, the value of the y is 2. So you multiply this 2 with a negative 1, negative. So this 2 goes down, become negative 2. See? So this point reflects here. So similarly, 1 point, for example, for this, go up, and this y became 3, positive 3. Okay. After reflection, what happens? This 3 becomes negative 3. You see, this point reflected here. So you see that every point of the curve, a reflected x-axis means how much point up will go down. Same up here will go down. And how it possible? If I multiply all positive values of y, multiply into minus 1, I will get all negative. Or reverse even. Reverse means your graph is original below, multiply with minus 1, you will get back up. So I believe this point is nothing hard to understand. This is an actual curve equation, multiply outside with the minus sign, students. What happens? This whole equation convert into this form. So I believe, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, this point is very clear. Let's go back to the equation. Can you see this one? What he wrote here? Reflection in x-axis. How we can do it? Multiply this. What is outside minus sign? It means if you multiply whole equation with minus 1, minus sign only, or minus 1 even, no problem at all. So it will reflect in x-axis. And what about reflection in y-axis? Very interesting. You will replace every x by minus x. I repeat my words. Look at it. Look at it. I mentioned even replacing every x by minus x, then it will reflect in y-axis. This is our actual curve. This x replaced by minus x, this x replaced by minus x, and remaining everything remains same. Power same, plus sign same. So this will give you reflection in y-axis. But if you don't believe, then no problem. Come back and let's see now this graph. So let's start. Inshallah, I believe you will understand. Okay, can you see the red color? Okay. I think red color graph, I write slightly left side. So what I can do it, because if I reflect in y-axis, you will not understand that much. So 1 minute, please. 1 minute, 1 minute. I introduce here, wait a minute, I write again. I write another function. And what function I'm writing? Bracket open x and negative 3 close bracket power 2. I think this graph is okay. This graph is, let's start. This is our original graph. Okay, students. Okay, even I add plus x. What happens? Okay, let's discuss. This is our original graph. Okay, then students, what happened? Let's start. If I replace every x by minus 1, so let's see what happens then. Okay, every x replaced by minus x. So bracket open, minus x minus 3 close bracket power 2 plus bracket open minus x close bracket. I think you got a clear picture, but still I will show you with my explanation. So let's start. I believe up till here you got a point. Let's start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is my actual curve on the top. X minus 3 whole square plus x. If I want to, and if examiner show you this kind of thing, you know what is difference? This x replaced by minus x, this x replaced by minus x, and you see rest everything is same. Minus 3 matches, 2 matches, this outside plus plus matches, everything same. So let's start. Now I'm going to do what? Every x replaced by minus x. You see? Like this. Okay. And now see what happens. Graph reflected in y-axis. I'm going to show you properly, inshallah. I believe you will understand. So where this point, my students, here, and reflected in y-axis. If you don't believe me, I count for you. So let's see, count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So 5 boxes right side, 5 boxes left side. So let's discuss this point. I think this point is easy to discuss. Why easy to discuss? Because the whole numbers. So let's start. 1, 2 box rightwards, 1, 2 box leftwards. And I believe you understanding all point. And this luckily this point is on the y-axis, the object. The other one is also on the y-axis. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I believe you got a point very, very clear. And you got a summary. Let's go for summary. And summary says what, my students? This topic is a little bit boring, but inshallah, I believe you will understand. Okay, so it gives a summary that if you reflect in x-axis, you will multiply whole equation with -1. And if you want to reflect in y-axis, okay, x-axis multiply by -1. Y-axis, if you want to do reflection, replace every x by -1. So let me make a box for it. Okay, and this is a topic, what? Reflection. So 1 minute, please. I write for you reflection, all written here, but I'm writing again. Okay, for your notes, if you want to take a screenshot of this one, please take a screenshot. And we have done 2 things. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Last thing we'll finish, and then we go on past papers. 30 minutes. explanation. I think so for 30 to 45 minutes explanation, and then next I will go for the past papers practice, inshallah. And I will give you one question as a practice even. Very good question to do it, okay? That kind of question come in a British Council exam papers mostly. Come back for third criteria, okay? Or do one thing. Do one thing. I write one question in which I will discuss the enlargement left only behind, enlargement left behind here, enlargement. I think I should not discuss now, otherwise so mix up. So let's start. I am going to give you one practice question. So let's start. And that question you will try now with me, or okay. And then in case of difficulty, I will help you. Okay, that question is here. So let's start. The question is what? I'm writing for you here. And question is f of x is x to power 2 plus 2x. All right, find new expression. Find new expression after following transformation. Transformation. Okay, number one part, A, that is a translation by 4, -3. Okay, then B part, I'm giving one extra, translation by like let's say, okay, make both negative and make both positive. 2, 3 or 2, 4 better. All right. And now one more part, C, and then D, this reflection. So reflect in x-axis. I just discussed with you. I want to see how you do it. Number D part, reflect in y-axis. And then I will add two more, D, E, and F. Okay. And EF, I'm just adding only here. I will discuss later on, not now. And that is stretch. Sorry, I said enlargement. Sorry for that. Enlargement, stretching is same meanings and sense. Okay. Stretch. Parallel. I'm writing question, but I will discuss later. Parallel to x-axis. Scale factor 2. Okay. Next, EFG. EF stretch. Parallel to again x-axis, because this topic is little hard. Okay, and scale factor, I am writing for you 1/3. E, F, G, and H. Stretch, R-E-T, wait a minute, R-E-T. Stretch parallel to y-axis, and scale factor is 3. And stretch parallel to y-axis, and scale factor 1/4. Give one favor. So leave the stretch part. So 4 parts, I'm giving a job to you. First you try, and afterwards I will do all 4 parts myself. Then I will discuss enlargement, stretching, sorry. Okay, so take your time. It will take maximum 4 to 5 minutes maximum. Okay, so complete, and then I will do this all 4 parts myself. Yes, student, I think you have taken a reasonable time. I'm going to do now. Get ready. So first of all, solution number 1. A part. What a question number 1? He said, given this function, he's saying here that translate by this column. So let's start. So f of x squared plus 2x. Okay, this is our actual function. All right. And you know what is the story here? If you recall that how we can do translation. Okay. And if you remember, I just show you once again the concept, then I come back. So listen to me very carefully. When you talk about translation, you know it very well that if I outside adding or subtracting, it will go vertically. If I write in the bracket adding subtracting, is called horizontally. But make sure this minus sign is fixed. Okay. So this one. So let's start. I think so. Point is very clear, and I'm going to finish this one. Let's start. So because he say what -4, -3. According to condition, it means that graph is going where? Graph is going according to condition -4, -3. So graph is going left side negative, or just make it another way. Wait a minute. Negative. Wait a minute. There's a way. How I repeat -4, negative. It means very clear -4 and -3. -4 and -3. So this is my actual question. So let's try to solve it. So first of all, it is coming -4 and -3, very clear. Okay, because one left side and one downwards. So let's start. And you know it very well when we're doing the answer for it. So what I will do, everything same, x square bracket square, 2 times x, 2 times bracket. Look, I wrote everything same. This x come as it is minus fixed rule, x minus fixed rule. All right, now you know it very well because it is a going horizontally, left side -4. So this -4 will come here and here. Okay, this part is done. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. What about this? This writing outside. Outside means what? I'm writing here -3 because it's going downwards. And just simply on solve it and answer will come, inshallah. X, this minus into minus become +4. So it means I'm going to solve +4. And 2 times 2, x +4 and -3. I'm going to just solve it because he said simplify. If he says simplify, then if he not say simplify, then stop it here. Okay. But if you say no, simplify, then you have to expand it. And what is expanding technique? X square plus 2 into x into 4 and plus 4 square. I use squaring identity on this. I think all of you understanding what I'm saying. Okay, now what about this, students? So 2 multiply with x, so 2x and 2 4s are 8, and -3 already there. So now I'm solving it. X square and 8x and 16 and plus 2x and plus 5. And finally, I get x to power 2, and this 8x and 2x will give us 10x and this 21. So this is my final answer, and that's it. And even you want to test it, if you want to test it, it is a right or wrong. So I can go for it. And what is method to show it? I will sketch both graphs and let's see what happens then. Let's start. Let's start. So first graph, I am writing it now here, is x square plus 2x. You can see your notebooks. And now other equation which I got after solving, x square plus 10x plus 21. And let's see what answer comes. You see, this is a graph comes. Okay, inshallah, explain again. No problem at all. I will explain again, inshallah. Concentrate here. I discuss in detail. Don't worry, inshallah, I will help you. Okay, concentrate. This is a graph, we have it. Okay, and this point is sorry, this is a this purple color, our original graph. So let's see, 1 2 3 4. So 4 box left side, 4 box uh, left side. Okay, 4 box left side. And then I talk about downwards. downwards is going three box. One, two, three. It means four left side and three downwards. I repeat my words. If this graph, you can repeat again for your sake of understanding. Don't worry, inshallah. I will not leave it till you understanding. Okay, till understanding. So let's start. This point shifted here. So count one, two, three, four, four moves, and one, two, three, three moves. So let's come to point, and this purple graph I drew here, and this black graph is here. Now I show you how I got this equation. I discussed that if you replace every x, look at it again, again. I know you're getting issues because four this way, negative, and three this way. Okay, so each this x minus 12 is fixed because this minus 4 comes here and here. Minus 4, minus 4. And this 3 goes outside. Because I said you that translation, what happens? The along x-axis come in the bracket and along y-axis will go outside of bracket. So I hope so. You got a point. And now go back on our question, actual question, what we are doing before. Okay. So let's start once again. And I think this point is very clear and I have done it. So look at here. I repeat again, in exam, he will give you one expression and he will ask you find new expression after the following transformation. So this is translation by minus 4 minus 3. It means this side, left side, go minus 4 goes there, and this will go down how much? Minus 3. So what I have done, students, I replace, look at here. So this was the question given by him. I copied exactly same, power 2 and plus 2, everything same. Just one thing change because negative 4, I wrote here negative 4, and I'm writing here this negative 3. Oh, sorry, this negative 3 outside. And negative 4 come in each axis in the bracket. So I think you got my point. This is a one part done. So I do one more part. I know topic is disturbing to you some extent, but no problem at all. Inshallah, I will discuss one more question. So because this topic, little bit dull, okay, but anyway, I suggest you please also use this tool of a graphical tool. Okay, just wait, please. After this question, I will take your questions. Wait a minute. Okay, now what the question is? 2-4. Concentrate, please. Again, translation by 2-4. Translation by 2-4. 2-4 means right side 2 and upwards 4. So now I'm going to do 2-4. So let's start. What is technique? What is technique? First, you copy whole function as it is, whole function, x as it is, minus as it is, x as it is, minus as it is, because make sure this minus is a fix, a part of question. So you must write as it is this minus sign. And now right side is positive 2. So positive 2 is going right hand side. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do what here? Positive 2, I'm writing it here. Positive 2, I'm writing it here. Reason very clear. This positive 2 come from here. And what is 4 here? 4 I will write here. Logic, it is going vertically and vertically, but just right out of bracket. And now I'm going to solve it. Now I'm going to solve it. So this become x minus 2 whole square and plus 2 times to x minus 2 and plus 4. A matter of just solving. Let's start. First term square minus 2 into first term into second term and plus second term square. And this 2 multiply inside, 2 times to x and 2 to the 4 and plus 4. And now I'm simplifying, students. This minus 4 plus 4 cancel out. And I got x square. And this minus 4x and plus 2. I will get a negative 2x. And this 2 square give you 4. This 2 square give you 4. Now let's see. Is our answer right or wrong? Ready? So students, I'm drawing this one and I'm drawing this one. So please, you can use parallelly with me the tool, the graphical tool. And you know what is graphical tool name? If you don't know, it's called DMOS calculator. Okay, you can type in calculator in a Google and get it there. Let's start. Number one. Number one, I'm doing it here. X square plus 2x. This is, sorry. X square. X square plus 2x. This is my original graph. Then what? Other graph, which I got answer. X square minus 2x plus 4. Let's see now. I take a screenshot of this and then let's count it. Have a look here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Concentrate. F of actual curve is this. Okay, let's count. This red color 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. It means 2 right side and 4 upwards. I show again 2 right side and 4 upwards. So repeat again to you. No problem again. 1, 2. Hold on. 1 jump, 2 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 and 4. That is why it's come 2 up and 4 down, because above is X and below always Y. And go back on our question. I believe, inshallah, you will understand 2, 4. Have a look here. 2, 4. Check it now. 2, 4. And I think so. Now, what you understood from here, if it's coming -4, students, what you will do, you will replace -4 and -4, and this you will write outside. I think you got some extent now. And this +2, right? +2, +2, and this 4 right out of the bracket. So I believe you got this point very clear. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And now let's go in a next point. Okay. And next point is what we have. Reflection. I given this question also to do it, reflect in x-axis. But you know, students, what I will do, I will go for, first of all, in my definition, reflection in x-axis. If you remember that in textbook, I discussed with you reflection criteria. 2 criteria is there, reflection. Okay. So listen to me very carefully. One is that he is using that one thing is very clear. If I go for x-axis reflection, x-axis, multiply whole equation by -1. And y-axis, what to do? Replace every x by -x. So let's start. So inshallah, I believe you will understand. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, part C. Okay, and function is given by him is x square plus 2x. And what is the first part, students? Reflect in x-axis, a piece of cake, simple one line. If I want to reflect in x-axis, so what happens? Multiply whole equation by -1. Multiply by -1. So what happens then? Let's see. And multiply -1 like this. Expand the bracket. And I get what? -x square and -2x. Mabruk, that is over. Simple part. And D part. And what is D part? He is asking us. D part, he is asking us. Okay. Replace every x. Replace x by what? By -x. You know it very well. So let's start. F is equals to every x replaced by -x. Look at it, students. Here write -x. Here write -x. And now simplify. I get here positive x squared and -2x. So I believe the point is very clear. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And the concept is much clear of the 2 topics. And then inshallah, I will go for, now I'm going for a third and final point, and that is a stretching part. Okay, let's start, student. Third part and final part I'm going to do now, that is stretching. And this will, after inshallah, chapter will finish. This is a little bit tough idea, but I will try my best to explain you, inshallah. So I need full attention here. If you're listening my recording, so you will concentrate fully here. First of all, we have two kinds of stretching. One parallel to x-axis and one parallel to y-axis. Okay, repeat again. Repeat. Stretch in y-axis means parallel to y-axis. Okay, make sure. Parallel to y-axis. Okay. What we do, student, let's discuss first part. If you multiply the number out of the function, like f of x, you multiply fx with a 3 outside, what it will do? It will do simple one thing. What is that? It will stretch parallel to y-axis. Okay, I'm going to show you, like this point is -4, will becomes minus 12 because you multiply with 3. So let's discuss the same question. Okay, I am discussing two questions with you. F of, okay, let's start. I think better to go on a tool. I need full attention. X square is my actual graph. You can see, all of you can see green color. If I multiply with this, with a, let's say 3x square, you see what happens then. Or okay, I may make one change. Wait a minute, please. It will confuse you otherwise. I take it +1. Now I multiply whole equation with 2. Bracket open, x square plus 1 close bracket. Let's see now, student. I will discuss each point with you. I believe, inshallah, you will understand. Wait a minute. So I need full attention, students. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So f of x is here. You can see x to power 2 plus 1. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to doing what? I'm going to multiply. Okay. And I'm going to multiply whole equation into 2. Whole equation into 2. Like this. Or I write like this. No problem at all. What happens? Look at here. This point, how much away from y-axis is the one box. So multiply into 2. I got 2. Oh, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So this point shifted here. Okay, how much this point away, my students? The 2 box away. 2 times to 2 give you 4. So check it now. This point 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mabruk. This point, it shifted here, but this is called parallel to y-axis. Can you see? Parallel to stretching. Every point is okay. Very interesting point. I want to tell you one thing. What is that? X value will not change at all. I repeat my words again. X value will not change at all. And you can see this one. What is X value for this point, my son? 1. And Y value, what is that? 2. Okay, for this point, X value again 1. What is Y value? 4. It means 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 4. X value remain unchanged, and Y value multiply with 2. I believe you got the point very clear. So simply multiplying outside. So I hope so the concept is very clear. Let's go back on textbook. And textbook is saying that whenever you want to stretch along parallel to y-axis, simply multiply outside a bracket and it will give you a stretching idea. Okay, so this is called parallel to y-axis. And now I'm going to show you some concept in your this worksheet as questions I given before. If I ask you the please stretch parallel to y-axis, this one stretch parallel to y-axis, what I will do 3 times. What I will do, my students, so I multiply whole equation with 3, like a 3 outside like that. Over. Question is finished. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And he will say, no, stretch parallel to y-axis 1/4 scale factor. What I will do, simply multiply outside 1/4. And I believe all of you understanding it very well what I am saying. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Now I go back and last part. And that is little tricky. Little tricky what? Parallel to x-axis. If I want 1/a times scale factor, so make reciprocal. Reciprocal. and reciprocal of 1 by a become a by 1. 1 by a down 1 you write or don't write, no problem. A. You see, if a comes, 1 by a comes. So what is reciprocal a? A will multiply with each x. I repeat again, like each x replaced by ax. This is a little bit tricky, little bit hard. Let's start. For example, this is a y-axis. This is a y-axis. If you want to reflect in stretch in y-axis parallelly, so this a means scale factor a. Is 1 by a means 1 by a. But when we talk about parallel to x-axis, my students, then is a reciprocal. This a time to x means 1 by a, and this 1 by a means a. So I think you got my point. What I'm saying, if scale factor comes 2, so okay, this is something different thing. I'll discuss later. You can take a screenshot, please, up till now, and then I go for last part explanation. Okay, take a screenshot if you need for your record, for your notes. So no change in y and no change in x. And now, student, let's go for one example here. Ready? This question. This question. If I say that, for example, stretch. If I say that stretch parallel to x-axis 2 times. I repeat, stretch parallel to x-axis 2 times. Then what you will do? You will take a reciprocal of this 2, my students. Okay, look at here. You will take a reciprocal. What is reciprocal of 2 becoming 1 over 2x, students? You will replace every x by that. So let's start. I think so. We should try it. We should try it. We should not do like this. So let's start. Wait a minute. Let me check. Yeah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay. This is a actual curve. If I want to do stretching, or I think so better, I make it, okay, this no problem. Stretching parallel to y-axis. So let's see what happens then. I multiply OX, this x, and power 2 plus 1 is overlapping. But here I'm writing 1 divided by 2. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's elaborate. I will explain inshallah one by one. Concentrate here, all of you. Okay. F of x is our actual question is x to power 2 plus 1. If I replace every x by half x, it means reciprocal is what? Scale factor become double. This reciprocal is 2. 1 by 2 will becomes 2. And this equation, new equation, will becomes, if you replace it like that, it will become 1 by 4 and x to power 2 plus 1. But have a look here. Have a look this diagram. So what is, make sure y value does not change now. What is y value 2? What is x value 1? Okay. What is y value 2? What is x value 2? Okay, this point shifted here. This is called stretching parallel to x-axis. Y value will not change. Green color, y value is 2, x value is 1. This point, y value remains, sorry, I do opposite, sorry. So x value 1, y value is 2. Again, this y value remain 2 and x value becomes 2. And this become double. I hope so you got my point very clear. Same approach. This point is x is -1, y is 2. And this point y will not change and this become double, -2. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. But I think I should not leave it here. I should give one more example because I believe that this question is little hard. Let's time 3 times. Okay. No. 1 by 2 will become only 2. This is not a negative reciprocal, my students. I'm saying only reciprocal, only reciprocal. Let's start 3 times now. If I write 3 times, bracket open, x, bracket close, power 2 plus 1. I'm replacing every x by 1 divided by 3. And let's see now. Let's try to elaborate and let's try to explain even. Inshallah, I believe you will understand. Wait a minute, please. Okay, that's it. come back. First of all, it is a 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is what? What is scale factor, my student? 3 times. That is why I make it reciprocal 1 by 3 and I replace 1 by 3x by each x. You can see here. So let's see now diagram. Uh, Please point it. This point is what? X is 1, y is 2. I label it x1, y2. This point shifted here. This point shifted here. What this point coordinate? Y still remains 2, but x becomes 3. And check it. Is this multiply by 3 or not? Correct. It means 3 times it is a stretch parallel to x-axis. Even let's see now this point. Wait a minute. Which point? This point is very good to check. How much? What is it? This point is a 5 and here 2. So I'm writing here 2 comma 5. What is this point here, students? So this 5 remains same, but this 2 multiply into 3, I got 6. Check please, 6. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I believe that you got some idea and let's start. And now I'm shifting on our question, which I discussed before. Okay, I am giving this task to you first of all, or I give a hint. This question, this scale factor parallel to x-axis. What you will do, take reciprocal, it becomes 1 by 2. What is become? 1 over 2. 1 by 2. X. Replace every x by 1 by 2x. That's it. And what is this reciprocal, my students? I'm giving hint to you. What is this reciprocal, students? It becomes 3x. 3. So replace every x by 3 and then replace and get answer. I hope so clear. And now I'm discussing one more part, and that is because first one student was asking that what about sir y-axis 3 times? It's a piece of cake. Simply multiply the whole equation by 3, and simply multiply whole equation by 1 by 4. So please do it one thing. I hope so you can do this part yourself. Now I bring your attention on a last two parts, as 4 parts, sorry, E, F, G, and H. Take maximum 3 minutes, finish it, then I will do all 4 parts myself. Yes, student, let's start now. I'm going to finish the question. Inshallah, I believe your answer will match, and let's start. And I'm going to do all 4 myself. Okay. So first of all is I think part number. First is E, then F, E part. So let's go for E part. So E part is what? E part is question given by him is E part. If you read it carefully, E part is a parallel to x-axis and stretch factor 2, and make it reciprocal is becoming what? Reciprocal 2 become 1 by 2. Okay, so let's start. So 2 reciprocal becomes 1 over 2. All right, and 1 over 2 a time to x. So I replace every x, I'm writing it now here. Replace x by half x. Okay, and let's write it now. So every x replaced by half x. So half x here, okay, and 2 times 2 half x here. So now simplify. This become 1 over 4 x to power 2, and this 2 to cancel out, only x. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So E F part now. And F part is what he's asking us. Again, it is, I think so, is a long parallel to x-axis. And what's parallel to x-axis, students? 1 over 3. 1 over 3. Stretch factor 1 over 3. And what is 1 over 3, students? The reciprocal of 1 by 3 is very clear. 1 over 3, not negative reciprocal, only 3 reciprocal. So 3. So replace every x by 3x. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, question is over, this part even. So now I'm replacing every x by 3x. Like this, like this. I get 9x to power 2 and plus 6x over. Done. E, F, I finished E, I finished F, now G and H. G and H. Okay. And G and H. Okay. What is the G, students? Let's see. G part is a scale factor 3 and this 1 by 4. I will do both together, 3 and 1 by 4. 3 and 1 by 4. One is 3 and one is 1 by 4. 3 and 1 by 4. So 3 and 1 by 4, next part. So what is 3 and 1 by 4? No need to do anything. Okay. Simply multiply by 3. Multiply by 3. That's it. Simple and straight. So it means f of x is equals to what? Because parallel to y-axis, simply multiplying. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I believe okay. And you got the whole idea. Over, finish. And next one, GH part. And he said that reflect parallel to y-axis, but scale factor is 1 by 4. So multiply whole equation by 1 by 4. Okay. And if I multiply 1 by 4, so it will become what? 1 by 4, bracket open, x square plus 2x. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, 1 by 4, x square and plus 1 by 2x. This is my final answer. So I believe on it that you got a concept clear. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And this all concept is clear. If you need for your record or for your reattempting, you can take a screenshot of this first of all, and then I can go for next parts. I hope so. All the whole chapter is very, very clear to you. So C, D, I think H part is below. Okay, no problem. I think this much you taken. So I think so very, very clear. So I hope so the all full chapter is very, very clear. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And now after this, what I will do, maybe I will not record full lecture on it. I will the all past papers, not all, many past papers, I will record and I will share in my YouTube channel. You can watch here if you need. Okay. And those questions doubt even for other topics. For example, circles doubt is there, and this topic of transmission. So I will record those past papers question and I will upload in the group or in the I will upload in my YouTube channel. Inshallah, I hope so. You got the whole chapter concept. So see you next class, next lecture, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.